When she gave herself to another man within hours but made you wait for months, it was never about timing. It wasn't about respect, values, or boundaries. It was about how she saw you. The truth is, the moment she met you, you didn't lose because you lacked value. You lost because she could read you like an open scroll. There was no mystery, no tension, no spark. She didn't need to think about it. She felt it immediately, and that feeling, it placed you in a box faster than you realized. This is the harsh truth. You were never in the category you believed you were. Not because you said the wrong thing, but because your energy revealed everything. Before your words even had a chance. You walked in hoping to impress. The other man walked in with nothing to prove. And that contrast, she felt it. This isn't about blaming her. It's about facing what no one ever told you. You're not here to feel better. You're here to wake up. And once you accept this, you will never see rejection the same way again. Not as a loss, but as a signal, a reminder that something in you must shift if you want to be seen differently. The unspoken rule. She doesn't need 3 dinners, long conversations, or candlelight to know who you are. She doesn't need your life story. She sees you before you speak, not with her eyes, but with her instinct. Your presence hands her the full script in seconds. There are only 3 boxes she places you in. The man she feels desire for immediately, the rush, the thrill, the spark. The provider, stable, predictable, the one she leans on but never burns for. The friend, safe, harmless, but never touched. Here's the hard part. Once she places you, you don't climb. You don't move boxes by trying harder, by waiting, paying, or staying. When she sees you as background, you stay background. When she feels no fire, you remain polite, predictable, forgettable, because this isn't about your actions. It's about perception, and perception is instant. So the question is simple. Which box are you in? The 3 male categories. In my study of Stoicism and in observing human behavior, I've learned this. There are 3 roles a man can play in the story of a woman's life, and only one of them ever leads to true passion. Let's break them down. The first role is the wild card. He is bold, unpredictable. He doesn't play safe. He doesn't flatter. He doesn't seek approval, and he never bends his soul just to please. Instead, he carries himself with quiet certainty. He stirs emotions without forcing them. He enters her life like a spark of fire in a cold room. Suddenly, she is awake, alert, alive. Why? Because he makes her feel something primal, not logical, but visceral. Desire is not born from calculation. It is born from sensation. And when she feels it at that level, she doesn't wait. She doesn't pause to weigh his resume or his habits. She surrenders to the feeling because it overtakes her. The second role is the stable one, solid, kind, predictable. He is the one she trusts, but rarely the one she aches for. With him, she may imagine a future, a home, or quiet evenings, but never a night that keeps her restless, unable to sleep. She tells her friends, "He's so sweet," but her body never trembles for him. She delays intimacy, not because she is careful, but because there is no urgency, no pull, no storm, only calm waters. And calm waters, while safe, do not stir the heart. The third role is the emotional mule. He listens, he supports, he gives endlessly without being asked. He carries her burdens, her tears, her doubts. He waits, pays, hopes, but in return he receives no hunger, only hugs, no craving, only comfort. He becomes her diary, her therapist, her cushion. And here lies the hardest truth. If you have ever held her in your arms while she cried for another man, you now understand the role you unknowingly accepted. You became the mule. You carried her pain, but never her passion. And once you see it clearly, you cannot unsee it. So ask yourself honestly, which role have you been playing? The wild card who ignites her flame, the stable one who gives her safety but not fire, or the emotional mule who sacrifices endlessly but is never chosen? Stoicism teaches us that clarity is freedom. The pain is real, yes, but clarity breaks illusion, and illusions are the chains that keep men stuck in self-deception. Sexual chemistry versus emotional safety. Here is another lesson. Desire and safety are not the same. Lust doesn't wait. It doesn't need logic. It doesn't ask for permission. If she feels it, she moves. And if she doesn't, no list of good deeds will ever change her mind. The man she gives herself to quickly? He didn't beg. He didn't try to prove himself. He didn't perform.
He carried himself with an inner stillness that pulled her in. His energy entered the room before his words did, and her body responded before her mind even caught up. Meanwhile, the man who brings only safety, he listens, he cares, he stays. She smiles at him, she thanks him, but she does not burn for him. Why? Because safety without spark creates comfort, not craving, and comfort is not the seed of passion. You wonder why nothing happened after months of waiting. You were kind, you were reliable, you gave your best. But her body never trembled when you walked into the room. That is not because you are worthless. It is because you never touched the part of her that needed awakening. Trust grows slowly, yes. Respect builds over time, yes. But desire is a lightning strike. It does not grow like a tree. It ignites like fire. And if that fire doesn't appear early, you will spend months chasing smoke that was never flame. The Stoics remind us we suffer more in imagination than in reality. You imagine that waiting, giving, and proving will spark her desire. But the reality is this: if it wasn't there in the beginning, it will never arrive. This is not punishment. This is not rejection of your worth as a man. This is simply perception, fast, instinctive, unspoken. And when you accept this truth, you free yourself. You stop pouring months of energy into a bond that was never real. And instead, you redirect that energy into building yourself, your presence, your discipline, your inner flame. Because when you walk in carrying your own fire, you will never need to chase warmth from another. The nice man does not fail because he is good. He fails because he is desperate. He gives what no one asked for. He buys gifts, sends long texts, offers his time, and then secretly hopes that his efforts will buy affection. But affection cannot be bought. She didn't reject kindness. She rejected the neediness hidden inside the kindness. It wasn't generosity. It was a plea. And when she sensed it, she placed you in the safest box of all. Not a lover, not a partner, but a cushion. A man she could lean on but never lean into. She said, he's just a friend. But you were not her friend. Friends are equals. You were her fallback. Her comfort when she wanted attention but not desire. And deep down, you knew it. The Stoics teach, truth may sting, but it frees you from illusion. And this truth must cut you deep, because only through honesty does the man transform. The trap of money, texts, and compliments. Many men believe they can win her with generosity, money, dinners, compliments, constant attention. But if she is not already drawn to you, these actions do not pull her closer. They push her further away. Too many compliments. She rolls her eyes. Pay too quickly? You become her provider. Text too often? You become her shadow. The man who made her the center of his life before she ever earned that place. This is not attraction, this is worship. And worship kills desire. Stoicism reminds us, a man who seeks control over others loses control over himself. If your kindness is a trade, if it comes with the hidden hope that she will love you for it, then it is no longer kindness, it is bargaining. And she does not desire bargains. She desires risk, fire, and the unknown. The Stoic way of seduction. Flirting is not about clever words or rehearsed lines. It is about energy, a calm presence with a spark of play, speaking slowly, holding her gaze without flinching, pausing more than you speak. This is not performance. It is observation, reading her rhythm, responding to her movements. You are not chasing a reaction. You are creating tension. When she leans in, you reward her with warmth. When she pulls back, you retreat without resistance. No drama, no proof, no selling yourself. The Stoic path is not to convince. It is to embody. Your silence makes her curious. Your calm unsettles her. Your restraint draws her deeper. Desire is not logical. It is born in mystery. And mystery belongs to the man who does not need to explain himself. The energy first rule. Never give your time, money, or heart to someone who has not leaned in first. Attraction is not built through investment. It is built through impact. Your presence must be felt before your attention is given. Your value must radiate without explanation. You are not here to audition. You are not here to be chosen. You are the prize. The Stoics lived with this truth. A man who governs himself becomes unshakable. Stop chasing connection. Start becoming gravity. When you embody presence, she does not evaluate you. She feels you. And when your silence speaks louder than another man's noise, you will never need to compete. The closing truth.
You were never rejected because you lacked value. You were rejected because your energy never stirred her. She gave herself to the other man not because he tried harder, but because he tried less. He did not beg. He did not sell. He simply existed with stillness so deep she collapsed into his presence. That is the law. energy before effort, presence before proof, stillness before strategy. No script can save you. No trick will change her instinct. So stop chasing women who have already labeled you. Stop begging for the fire that was never there. Instead, become the man who needs nothing. A man who embodies presence so complete that even silence becomes irresistible. She does not choose based on what you offer. She chooses based on how you make her feel or be forgotten. Final call. If these words gave you clarity, remember this. The Stoic path is not about chasing what is outside, but mastering what is within. Tap the like button, subscribe, leave a comment.
Tell me, what part of this truth struck you the hardest? And more importantly, what will you do with it? Because this is not about women. This is about becoming unshakable, not because you try, but because you embody presence. See you in the next journey.